Long ago in the Greek mountains, there existed a city named Delphi. Delphi was a powerful connection to the gods, where the line between mortals and gods seemed extremely thin. Delphi was a treasure trove, among them a mysterious set of writings, a cryptic group of fragments said to be stories told by the oracle. Some think they are old oral stories written down later. Others think they are myths, but one story in particular is prominent: the tragic and haunting beginning of the world's first vampire. This is the story of Ambrogio. Ambrogio was a young Italian adventurer, a curious man of destiny. His spirit thirsted for more. So he sailed across the seas to the land of gods and heroes to consult the wisdom of the great oracle of Delphi. There, in the great temple of Apollo, the Pythia, the oracle, sat in sacred trance, her voice imbued with the will of Apollo himself. To Ambrogio she spoke but one fearful prophecy. "The curse! The moon! The blood will run!" The words kept running in his mind. He could not sleep, but just as the initial rays of dawn touched the temple, fate intervened. She appeared. A woman in white garments, her presence shining. Her name was Selene, a temple maiden and sister of the oracle. Gentle, elegant and unblemished by the cruelties of the world. To Ambrogio she was starlight personified. They met in secret every morning. Two hearts drawn together as if by some special design, and before long they fell deeply in love. On his final day in Greece, Ambrogio proposed to Selene and asked her to return with him to Italy as his wife. She accepted. They meant to leave at dawn. Apollo, the sun god, had been watching. He too was fond of Selene. Incensed at Ambrogio's plans, the god cursed him. From that time, sunlight would harm his skin. Ambrogio, wounded and despairing, fled into a dark cave and besought Hades, the god of the underworld, to come to his aid. They came to an agreement. Hades would defend him, at the expense of his soul. To get it back, Ambrogio had to do something very challenging. Steal the silver bow of Artemis, Apollo's sister and goddess of the moon and the hunt. He had no ink, and so he used the blood of swans that he killed, and their feathers for pens to compose poems to Selene, 44 of them, with a new one every morning. Every evening, he offered Artemis a gift in the hope of appeasing her. Ambrogio had no arrows left at the 45th day and had no swan to slay, so he fell down in desperation. Artemis listened to his request. Moved by his devotion, she went to him and allowed him to use her silver bow. However, when Ambrogio rushed to bring it to Hades, Artemis discovered his treachery and also cursed him. Now, even silver would scorch his skin. He could not finish the task or reclaim his soul. Moved by his suffering, Artemis pitied him. She granted Ambrogio a last gift: the speed, power, and immortality of a god. And interestingly, a pair of fangs. With them, he was able to draw blood, to write to Selene forever. There was a catch, however. He and Selene must escape Apollo's clutches and worship Artemis exclusively. And they were never to touch, never kiss, never wed. For Artemis, the maiden goddess, demanded virginity from her followers. Ambrogio consented. He'd sent Selene a final message, asking her to meet him at a boat prior to sunrise. She found the boat, and in the storage compartment was a coffin, his only protection from the sun. That night, when she opened it, he was alive. They escaped to Ephesus, where they hid in caves during the day and worshipped Artemis at night. They remained passionate, but time was not on Selene's side. Still mortal, she became weak and sick. Ambrogio, timeless, understood that without his soul, they would never be able to share the afterlife. He prayed to Artemis again to render Selene immortal. She presented him with a last agonizing decision: drink her blood. Only once. Her body would die, but her spirit, joined with his, could usher in immortal life to others. He declined at first, yet Selene, always brave, encouraged him. He bit her gently, took her blood, watched her fade. Then she rose. Her moonlit spirit ascended into the air, guided by Artemis herself. Selene became the goddess of moonlight, and every night thereafter, she extends from the moon with her light, softly on the earth, reaching Ambrogio and the children they bore. A story of love, sacrifice, and a curse that left a legacy in blood and moonlight. Were they just tales, or memories uttered by the oracle herself?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to get more content like this.